Manchester United fans, this is a big one, because tomorrow's match is one of those games that define who we really are. This is exactly the type of fixture where everyone expects us to walk into Old Trafford full of confidence after grinding out a massive win away at Crystal Palace, and then suddenly, out of nowhere, boom, the players switch off, the intensity drops, the hunger disappears, and we end up throwing away points we should never lose. We've seen this movie too many times. That is why this game is a wake-up call. I'm not saying we're going to lose, no, but I'm saying we must remember something important. This same West Ham did a league double on us. They hurt us badly last season. And this season has been all about revenge. Liverpool felt it, Brighton felt it, Chelsea felt it, even Crystal Palace felt it. They all tasted what it means to face a United side that refuses to repeat last season's embarrassment. And now, inside Old Trafford, West Ham cannot escape that same fate. We cannot afford to drop a single point in the league right now. Not one. I said it in my last video, we have 6 Premier League matches to play in December, and there is absolutely no reason why we shouldn't aim for all 18 points. But that journey starts with one thing, beating West Ham at home. The players must show up tomorrow and show up consistently. That first half against Crystal Palace? Never again. That shaky performance against Everton? Impossible. If we are going to beat West Ham, it starts from minute 1. From the first whistle we need to give them a game they'll never forget in their lifetime. So of course, we're sticking with the usual 3-4-2-1 setup. By now, we've all seen clearly that the system itself is not the problem, it's never been the shape, it's the players' application inside that shape. The Crystal Palace match was the perfect evidence. We didn't suddenly change formation in the second half, what changed was the fight, the intensity, the hunger. In the first half we were second to everything, losing duels, losing second balls, losing territory, and naturally we were losing the game. That's not a coincidence. That is a warning sign. It shows that in this system, if the players don't switch on, if they don't fight, if they don't push themselves, we cannot win any game regardless of the formation. So let's start building from the back. In goal, there's no debate, it has to be Lamans. The kid has been brilliant. Yes, he's made mistakes, I even mentioned them in our last preview show, but his young keepers will make mistakes and that's part of their growth. What matters is that he learns from them, and you can already see improvement every week. But beyond the saves, beyond the shot stopping, what really stands out is the calmness and confidence he brings to that back line. For the first time in a long time, our defense looks like it trusts the man behind them. That alone is a massive step forward for Manchester United. Now we move into the 3 centre-backs, and this is where things get really interesting. Let's start with the right centre-back. For me, it has to be Mazraoui. Last game, when he came off the bench, he showed every single United fan exactly how that role is supposed to be played. The moment he stepped onto the pitch, the ball progression from the right side completely changed. And why? Because he's naturally a right back, he's comfortable receiving the ball, driving forward, playing out of tight spaces, and picking smart passes. That quality has been missing since he got injured. In this system, both the right and left centre-backs must contribute to ball progression and even chance creation, especially with long balls into the channels. We've seen Martinez do that beautifully. Mazraoui does it too. But lately, Euro hasn't been able to offer that. His form has dipped, his confidence has taken a hit, and we've seen some costly mistakes. He's still very young, and young players go through these phases. The best way to help him right now is to take him out of the firing line, let him come from the bench, watch, learn, and rebuild his confidence step by step. Now, moving into the heart of the defense, no debate here, it has to be Matthijs de Ligt. He has been our most consistent defender this season. Always switched on, always reading the game early, always making the right tackles, always keeping things calm at the back. His passing has been clean, his duels have been strong, and he rarely makes mistakes. This is exactly the type of game where you need his energy, his leadership, and his aggression. Having a player like him anchoring the back line is a blessing for us. And then on the left centre-back, I'm going with Luke Shaw. I know a lot of you might expect me to shout Martinez's name after the impact he made coming off the bench, but hear me out. Did you watch Luke Shaw's performance? He was unbelievable, our best defender that day, and he has been consistently brilliant for a long stretch now. With that kind of confidence and form, he deserves to start. But here's the key point: yes, he can play left wing-back, but playing both of our left centre-backs in one match, especially when we're entering a period with 2 games every 5 days, is unnecessary risk. We need both Shaw and Martinez fit. And for Martinez, another game coming from the bench will help him build sharpness gradually. Plus, every time Shaw has been moved from this centre-back role to wing-back, he tends to pick up injuries. Right now, we've found a position where he plays well, stays consistent, and remains fit. It only makes sense to keep him there and protect his fitness. Now let's shift our focus to the midfield, the true engine room of this entire formation, the area that decides whether we control a match or get overrun. And for this game, I'm sticking with the duo of Casemiro and Bruno Fernandes. Yes, I know, they haven't been at their absolute best recently, and I've acknowledged that many times. But even with their flaws, even with the dip in form, they still give us something unique in this setup. Both of them bring creativity, both of them have that natural chemistry with our attackers and wing-backs. They understand the movements, they understand the rhythm, they know when to release the ball and when to switch the play. And that's something you can't just replace out of nowhere. And let me be clear, I've said it before and I will say it again, this is not a long-term solution. We do need reinforcements, we need at least 2 midfielders who will come in, help these guys now, and eventually take over in the coming years. But as of today, in this moment, for this particular game, nobody else in the squad can do the job better than them. We have already experimented with other combinations earlier in the season, and we all saw the outcome: the midfield collapses even faster. Yes, I know their weaknesses. We all saw it painfully exposed in the first half against Crystal Palace. They struggled with tackles, they struggled to control the tempo, they struggled to keep the ball under pressure. And we know exactly why. Bruno is not a natural deep midfielder, and Casemiro sometimes doesn't thrive in those high-tempo, high-intensity games. But look at the second half, they improved drastically, and not because they suddenly turned into prime Xavi and Busquets overnight. No. They played better because the entire team played better. Football is collective. If you leave all the heavy lifting to Casemiro and Bruno alone, of course their weaknesses will get exposed. Now we move over to the wingbacks, the lifeline of this entire system, the players who give us width, intensity, and that extra spark going forward. On the right side, I'm sticking with Ahmad. We've all seen exactly what he brings when he plays in that wingback role. The way he links up with Mbeumo is on another level, their chemistry is unbelievable, and every single time both of them are on that right flank, the entire wing becomes electric. It becomes unpredictable. It becomes dangerous. And that is something we desperately need in a game like this. But it's not just about attack. Ahmad has shown, over and over again, that he can put in a defensive shift. He tracks back, he presses, he helps in recovery. And against West Ham, a team that lives off counter-attacks, especially with someone as sharp as Bowen, Ahmad must balance both sides of the game. He has to attack with confidence and defend with intensity. When we move into the tactics section, I'll explain exactly how we can protect him and maximize his strength in this role. Then over to the left wing-back position, and here, I'm going with Dalot. Not necessarily because he is better than Dorgu, but because I don't want to disrupt the momentum we created in the last match. Everyone knows by now that we need a natural left wing-back, and hopefully that signing comes in January. But for now, Dalot is the safer option. He keeps the ball well, he maintains possession, and he knows how to pick smart positions during attacking transitions. Yes, we expect much more from a proper left wing-back. We want someone who can beat defenders, send early crosses, attack the space aggressively, but with the options we have today, Dalot gives us stability. And sometimes stability is exactly what we need heading into a must-win game at Old Trafford. Now let's move over to the 2 number 10s, the real engines of this system. On the left side, I'm going with Mason Mount. And listen, I've said this so many times, this formation was made for him. Mount brings an unbelievable amount of energy, both going forward and dropping into midfield. That intensity, that constant running, that link-up play, we desperately need that in this team. And on top of all that, he brings goals. We literally saw it in the last match. My only prayer is that he stays fit, because when Mount is healthy, he's not just a good player, he's absolutely crucial for us right now. Now moving over to the right-sided number 10, and come on, who else could it be except Mbeumo? This man is just special. So consistent, so reliable, always a massive threat to defenders. He scores, he creates, he takes his chances, and he's currently our top scorer for a reason. I love his movement, I love the way he links up with Ahmad on that right flank. Those two have turned that entire wing into a nightmare zone for opposition defenders. That energy, that chemistry, we need all of that at Old Trafford. And finally, up front, the big man himself, Joshua Zirkzee. I've always said how good this guy is, he just needs consistent game time to truly settle and find his rhythm. He started the game and scored a very important goal for us, and you can see the momentum and confidence building inside him. That's everything a striker needs. But beyond the goals, I really admire his character. This man sat on the bench for months, and not once did he complain. He didn't run to the media, he didn't throw tantrums, he stayed humble, he supported the team, and he waited for his moment. And when that moment came, he grabbed it. He delivered. He has absolutely earned his spot for our next game against Westham. Now let's get into the tactics, because this is where everything truly comes together. First of all, and I will never stop saying this, no tactic, no formation, no lineup will ever work if the players don't fight. And I'm not talking about fighting for 20 minutes or giving us just one good half. I mean fighting from minute 1 to minute 90, non-stop. They have to show up with intensity, with hunger, and with the desire to win every single duel, every loose ball, every 50-50th challenge, every tackle. That effort is what gets the fans behind them. Whenever this team shows that fight, we almost always get a positive result. But on the days they don't turn up, everything falls apart. Nothing clicks, nothing flows, and suddenly even simple things look difficult. The Premier League is tougher now than ever, and if you're not ruthless, you will get punished. That's the reality. Secondly, we're playing at Old Trafford, and that alone comes with expectations. We have to start fast, high intensity, high tempo, pressing hard, and pushing West Ham back immediately. Get the crowd alive, get the stadium roaring, and force that early goal. We cannot afford to concede first. Not here. At Old Trafford, we should realistically be 2 or 3 goals up against West Ham if we start the way we're supposed to. They need to feel pressure from the first whistle, the kind of pressure that forces mistakes, the kind that makes the game too much for them to handle. Everything starts with how we begin the match. A strong start sets the rhythm for the entire 90 minutes. We need that early lead so they come out of their shape, and once they do, we punish them again and again. And we must play direct football, just like we've been doing. Get the ball, drive forward, and attack with purpose. This formation isn't built for slow, endless possession. If we try that, we'll get caught on counter-attacks all game. Possession must be used to create real scoring chances every single time we have the ball. We need to press them aggressively. Make them uncomfortable. Make them suffer. This is not one of those matches where we start slow, act calm, or think we have time. No. We have to start fast, stay ruthless, and score early. Thirdly, we absolutely have to capitalize on our chances. Creating opportunities is good, but it means nothing if we don't finish them. In a game like this, getting 2 or 3 goals in the first half doesn't just put us in control, it completely changes the entire flow of the match. And once we set that tone, we have to carry it straight into the second half. We can't be that team that shines for 45 minutes and then switches off. That's not what Old Trafford demands. At Old Trafford, we have to dominate the full 90 minutes, not just parts of the game. Finishing chances is crucial, because if you keep creating without converting, football has a way of punishing you later, especially in the second half, when the opponent suddenly grows in confidence and one mistake can change everything. So the plan is simple. Start fast, score early, convert every chance we create. And keep that same intensity and hunger until the final whistle. That is how you take control, that is how you win, and that is how you make Old Trafford a fortress again. Now we all know West Ham will try to hit us on the counter, especially because we're going all out to attack them. So we must be fully prepared for what that brings, counter-attacks. This is where our wingbacks have a huge job on their hands. They'll be sprinting up and down the pitch all game long, and that is exactly why I didn't want to play Luke Shaw at wingback. Our wingbacks need to stay active, alert, and switched on for the entire 90 minutes, but it doesn't stop with them. This system is built on massive attack and massive defense. When we go forward, we all go together. And the moment we lose the ball, every single player must sprint back to support the defense. That's how this formation survives. A very important point. Our left and right centre-backs are the most crucial players when we get hit on the counter. Many times, before the wing-backs or midfielders can recover, the opponents have already entered our defensive third. That's why Zirkzee and Shaw must be ready to help the wing-backs immediately, especially when the wing-backs are caught high up the pitch. Their first job is to delay the attackers, push them wide, and slow the counter long enough for the rest of the team to recover. We also must stop wide play. Crosses have been one of our biggest weaknesses this season. When teams stretch us out wide, they easily find space to cross, and we've conceded far too many goals from those situations. So stopping crosses is not just the job of the wingbacks. Most times, the opponent attacks in 2s or 3s, so we need support. On the left, Shaw and Mount must help Dalot close down the channel. On the right, Zirkzee and Mbeumo must support Ahmad. If we don't stop wide balls early, West Ham will keep putting dangerous crosses into our box. But if we defend in numbers, delay, block, and recover fast, we can cut off their biggest strength. This is how we stay safe while attacking with full force. Another key tactical point is the role of our two number 10s, Mason Mount and Mbeumo. They don't just attack, they have a massive midfield responsibility, especially when we are out of possession. We cannot allow our midfield to be overloaded and run through by the opposition, because we are playing with just two midfielders. Mount and Mbeumo need to drop deep when we lose the ball to support Bruno and Casemiro, help block passing lanes, and stop the opposition from progressing the ball. Many fans forget that in this formation, the number 10s are essentially midfielders, not wingers. The wingbacks are the ones who provide width, so our two number 10s must ensure the midfield remains compact and secure whenever we are defending. At the same time, we must not just sit back, pressing is still vital. By pressing the opposition high up the pitch, we increase our chances to win the ball closer to their goal, capitalize on mistakes, and control the tempo of the game. This keeps the opponents on edge for the full 90 minutes and allows us to dominate possession and dictate how the game flows. Finally, we cannot forget about set pieces. United has shown recently that we are extremely dangerous from corners and free kicks. In fact, only Arsenal have more goals from set pieces than us in the league, and that is no coincidence, it shows how well we've been working on them. When we play at a high tempo, we naturally earn more free kicks and corners, and we have to capitalize on every single one. In our last game, both goals came from set pieces, and this is exactly the kind of efficiency we need to carry into this match. Set pieces can be the difference in tight games, and we must make them count again. And there you have it, Manchester United fans. This is how we can go into tomorrow's game and take full control, dominate from the first minute, and give West Ham a game they will never forget. Every player, every position, every tactic we discussed today is designed to make sure United shows up with hunger, intensity, and fire from start to finish. Remember, it's not just about the lineup or the formation, it's about the attitude, the fight, and the fight for every single ball. This team has the talent, the skill, and the quality to do incredible things, but it all comes down to effort, commitment, and playing as a unit for 90 minutes. Every tackle, every run, every pass counts, because in the Premier League, nothing is given, everything is earned. So tomorrow, when the players step onto the pitch at Old Trafford, we expect them to fight like it's the biggest game of their lives, because every game at this level is a battle. And for us fans, we need to be behind them, roaring in the stands, making sure they feel the support and passion that only Manchester United can bring. If you believe in this team, if you believe in the fight, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss my full tactical breakdowns, previews, and analyses. We are building something special here, and every video is a step closer to making sure United dominates again. Let's go into tomorrow with confidence, let's go into tomorrow with fire, and let's show the world what it truly means to play for Manchester United.